Hello and welcome back to our Bannerlord modded playthrough. I do apologize for the lack of uploads over the past few days, but I had a slight, shall we say, medical problem. So, yeah, I had to sort that out, and it kind of knocked me out for a little bit of time. Because, you know, medicines and stuff. But yes, anyway, we are going to be helping this fellow to take this castle. Hopefully we will be okay with doing that, and I actually just spec'd a couple of points in Steward. I put 1 point in crossbow and 1 point in Steward because I was finding that we had a large number of different foods in our inventory, and we were just not taking full advantage of it. Also, I've changed a little bit about my mod setup, so if you see in the description that I still have the battle mod, and I forget to remove that particular link, then I do apologize for that. But I have removed the combat module that changes how the weapons and so on work, because I just don't think it's accurate to see your couch lance do like 8 damage. You know, it just makes no sense to me at the very least. Anyway, I'm at 75% HP. Let's head in here and see what we can do in this siege. Now, bear in mind that because I have removed the combat mod, it is going to make me much more susceptible to those random headshots. I think that's also the reason why maybe that combat module was even created for the most part. I mean, apart from making, you know, other things a little bit more realistic, and I wholeheartedly respect the efforts of the mod creator, because let's face it, I'm still using the AI one. I'm still using the AI one that improves the AI and makes them, you know, do all kinds of extra formations and makes their formations much more effective and so on. But the whole combat thing, no, I've uninstalled that, so we're gonna see how it goes. But I am wholeheartedly expecting myself. Oh yeah, I'm actually using a polearm in a siege. That is probably not the best idea, is it? Ah, well, I don't expect to live that much longer, so let's have a look. Let's see if we can maybe do something here. So, hello there. Oh, never mind, you're dead. Oh yes, everything seems to be working much easier now. We seem to be killing things very quickly. Should I try and get this ladder up myself? Can I actually do that? Are you serious? I really can't? I thought I would be able to do this myself. Ah, there we go. Oh, now I got shot in the arm. Okay, yeah, as you can see, that was some massive damage right there. That crossbowman right there has my number on his crossbow. Boom, you're dead, sir. You're dead. That is exactly what you'll get for attempting to focus me down in such an egregious manner. But there you go. He did try to take me down, and you can see how much damage he was able to do with it. I think in the with the other mod, probably wouldn't have been able to do that much damage. But I'm pretty happy with the change, because now I can headshot someone, and they actually die, which is great. Instead of them just being like, oh, 4 damage? Really? Oh, okay. Oh. Well, that's also going to happen, isn't it? That's also going to happen. Okay, let's just speed things up a little bit then. You know, sometimes I feel like I should just basically wait for my people just to get to the walls and then just go in at that point, because sometimes I feel like I'm a little bit too eager, and that's exactly what happens. I did say that that was going to happen, that I was going to get murdered, but it's nice to be back at the very least, and it's nice to, you know, check out the base Bannerlord combat experience, because that's exactly what it is. It's basically, oh, you're going to run in here? Ah, well, you've gotten headshot by a thrown weapon? Oh, you're dead. Oh, yes, that's it. You're eating the dust on the ground. Yes, that's usually how it goes. Unfortunately, I obviously forgot that I did have a polearm equipped. If I had equipped something a little bit different, then maybe things would have been slightly more beneficial to us. But well, it really doesn't matter. I have not played this game, or any game actually, in the past few days, so generally I'm a little bit rusty, so hopefully you can forgive me for that. Otherwise, let's take a couple of prisoners. Why not? Let's take a couple of those guys, and we'll see what else we can do here. Ooh, nice relation gain. I like it. Okay, so hopefully you know, I'm actually kind of hoping for this. Maybe we should actually try to get this for ourselves. Because if we try to get this for myself, then at the very least I have Thractorai Castle right over there, and we also have this one, so it kind of makes sense. Oh, hello there. Seems like there is a bit of a besieging going on. And of our own castle, no less. Okay, let's have a look at Garantor Castle right here. As you can see, they are actually giving it to me, which is quite amazing. I'm thinking what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to vote for someone else because I'd like to increase my relation with some of these guys. And they're not going to give it to anyone else because I have an overwhelming amount of support, as you can see right there. But we are going to be getting Charm Skill, and we are going to be getting a little bit of relation as a result of my supporting someone else, which is actually quite cool. Anyway, basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait and see what's actually going on here. Okay, so they have 519. I should be able to go into this fight and actually do something relatively good. So let's see what we can do with that, but I am going to need to do something here. Okay, reduces accuracy penalty by moving by 30%. Even though it's called Donkey Swiftness, I'm a bit of a donkey sometimes, so I'm going to be taking that. And the other one is increasing your headshot damage by 50%, which is actually fantastic. If you're worried about headshot damage, then take that one. Alright, so here we go. Now, it actually appears as though the guards of Thractorai Castle have been the ones to even head in here to begin with, which is kind of amazing, gotta say. Anyway, yeah, as you can see right here, obviously I didn't have a huge amount of time to restore myself, because otherwise we'd be heading in here at a... well, let's just say a pretty awful time. We would not be in the greatest possible situation. What is this weapon that I'm using right here? I can't couch lance it? Why can't I couch lance it? Was that the combat module enabling me to actually couch lance this thing? I'm not entirely sure, but whatever the case, even if it cannot be couch lanced, we're going to be doing so much more damage as a result of that being uninstalled. So let's have a look. Yeah, I mean, that was some good... look at that. That was some amazing damage right there. That was really, really nice. Maybe we can get some more? Yeah, look at... oh, we killed him. We killed the enemy. I mean, the enemy vassal. We actually did not kill him, but we did have someone else die in combat, as you can see right here. Romand. I have no idea who that is. I don't know whether he's a part of our faction or whether he is a part of the enemy's faction. But we can only hope that he's not a part of ours. That's all I can say. It sounds like a bit of a Vlandian name, so I'm kind of hoping that it is not ours, but yeah. Anyway, let's see if we could do some additional damage here. 15, not so good. But bear in mind, I am still getting used to the whole using this weapon. I'm actually not entirely sure whether it was actually. Was it the combat mod that was actually causing this problem? I don't think so somehow, because you can see right there, I did so much damage to a Morcon. And I think I hit him in the neck, or I hit him in something at the very least, because we did 89 or 83 damage or something like that. So that was pretty impressive. Anyway, let's have a look. Enemies are doing this. Alright, let's just go and auto-delegate for our forces for the most part. I don't really want to chase straight away into the enemy's lines. I'd like to do this. Nice. See, now that's some good damage. That's the kind of damage I want to see. That is the kind of damage I want to see almost every single time I go into the enemy's lines. I want to see over 100 damage from an extremely fast polearm thrust. That is the kind of thing that I want. Ooh, not 8 though. I don't want to see 8. Thank you. Ah, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. That's much better. Thank you very much. Okay. Can we get some more of that, please? Yes, there we go. Nice. I'm just not used to how long this this polearm is. That's the main issue here. Ah, he blocked it. What a scoundrel. Ah, and then he see, that's exactly what I mean. If they die in one hit, I'm gonna die in one hit. That's just how things go, unfortunately. But this guy's actually dead. Look at that. That fellow is actually dead. I'm gonna retreat because there's basically no point in me staying in here, with the exception of just seeing a bunch of my units die. Unfortunately, I head in there with very little HP, and I wasn't really being that careful, unfortunately, because of said HP level. But hopefully, yep, there we go. They were able to achieve victory right there, which is also fantastic. So that means they can continue to walk around and everything. What is actually going on here? Wait a minute. What's actually happening? Why did I get 6,200? Oh, the guards sold their prisoners. Are you serious? Wow. They sold their prisoners for 6,000. No wonder I have so much cash. I had no idea why I had so much cash when I started playing here, and I was like, what? Wait a minute. What's happening here? because I hadn't done anything from, you know, between the episodes. I basically just sold a little bit of stuff, but that was it. That's pretty crazy. I like it. Okay, so we're leveling up at a pretty swift rate at the moment, and as you can see, we have Steward. Okay. Reduce food consumption while in an army by 10%. Well, obviously, that's not really going to be that useful for me at the moment. Workshops owned by you have a 20% increased production, and siege engines build 20% faster. I'm going to be taking that. I personally feel like that is going to be super, super useful for us. Increases your damage with polearms by 70% against mounts. Okay, could be useful. Increases your speed damage bonus with polearms by 20% while mounted. Oh yeah, I like that. I'm going to take that, thank you very much, because we already do massive amount of damage to mounts anyway, so it basically makes no sense for me to do anything else. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to see... Okay, so we have Battle Wizard right there. And is this a Couch Lance thing? It isn't. As you can quite clearly tell, it does not have the Couch Lance ability. So I'm going to actually see if there's anything I have here that does actually have the ability to Couch Lance. It doesn't seem like it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try out Battle Basher, because we didn't try that out in the previous couple of episodes. And we're going to see how that goes. Personally, I'm liking Battle Wizard the most, I think. Wait a minute, that's also a thrusting polearm. Weird. Weird, okay. That's really strange, because as far as I'm aware, in the combat module, that is a slashing polearm. So it seems like it must have changed a dramatic amount of different things in regards to the statistics of polearms and stuff like that. That's the reason why Battle Thruster was indeed a Couch Lance polearm, but it was basically doing no damage. So I assume the combat mod did not give me the appropriate amount of damage for a Couch Lancing item. And I actually selected the wrong option here. Let's do this. Do you think... oh, wait. Spare our lives and we will put down our arms? Oh, he's actually surrendering. Look at that. That's one of my mods actually doing that. That's pretty cool. Let's do it. There we go. Capture the enemy. And now I can basically say whether we want to take him prisoner or whether we want to let him go. I am actually not entirely sure at this point. I think I'm actually going to let him go, because I think I would like a little bit of relation. You get a good amount of prisoners right there. And we can also get some serfs if we want to. Personally, I don't really care about the serfs that much. I think they're probably going to be a little bit annoying to have in my army. I think they're probably going to be a bit useless, to be honest. But, you know, maybe we'll be able to do something with them. Anyway, as you can see, I've actually marked another 2 villages, because these things actually do have noble units available. And as you can see, we have finally arrived at the ultimate perk, which is indeed everything has a price. You can now trade settlements when doing barter. Now this is going to be super, super fun. For those of you that have not seen the Trader series, I have no idea what you're doing, because you got to see it. But whatever the case, if you haven't seen it, then you're about to see something fantastic. Let me just go and sell a bunch of stuff, and then we'll see what we can do after that. Alright, so I've actually been looking through my smithy menu right here at the 2-handed polearms, and I really wanted to create a Couch Lance, but you can see here that none of the options that I currently have unlocked are couchable. As you can see right here, there's a reinforced long pine shaft, which would do the business. As you can see, it does have a Couch Lance available. Unfortunately, that is pretty much one of the few. There's another one here, long ash staff. And we have, let's see, what else do we have here? Yeah, hardened pine long spear staff, and so on. Unfortunately, I don't have anything that I'll be able to smelt, because I basically just sold everything because I wanted to make as much money as possible. My guards, by the way, sold more prisoners for another 10,000. There must have been a huge battle going on there at the same time, and I had so much armor as well that I basically had to go to 2 different cities to be able to sell it all. So there's also that. So that's the reason why we now have 100,000 gold. Obviously it doesn't really make any difference to me because it doesn't do much for me at all. What would actually help me though is if I were to purchase a little bit of better gear, right? Better gear would make a huge difference. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Sanala real quick. Oh, apparently Sanion has been captured, you absolute imbecile. Ooh, now this is nice. Making peace with Royalist Vlandia. I think we're going to say yes to that, just generally, because this is going to give me the next few points in charm that I need to get to 150, which is always a good idea, I guess. But it is also going to give me an overwhelming amount of cash from the tribute. Obviously, we currently... Oh, really? We're not even getting that much. I'm actually kind of surprised. Oh, well. Never mind. Never mind. Okay. So what we're going to do now is... What did I actually want to do? Oh, yeah. Armor. That's it. Fantastic. Let me see if I can remember that I wanted to do that. That's great. Oh, my. Okay, now this is very expensive. I actually thought to myself, 100k. That should be a pretty decent amount to get a good piece of armor, right? No, apparently it's not. Apparently it is absolutely not at all. And you can see here, this is 72,000, and it barely gives me a better set of armor. I am actually kind of shocked that it is so incredibly expensive. Oh well, never mind. I suppose, now, I know what the main reason is for them doing that, by the way, because open source armory is obviously the reason why we have all of these additional items and pieces of armor and all that stuff. But I know exactly the reason why they've done that, and it is just because, in the end, when you're in the late game in Bannerlord, you basically have nothing to spend your gold on, and you're just going to continue accumulating, and that's it. There's not really going to be much that you can do with it, because you know, that it's the same as real life. When you get to a certain point in the amount of wealth that you have, eventually there's going to be nothing else that you need or want or whatever, because you have it all. So that's the same kind of thing in the game. Obviously in the game it means very little, but still, that is exactly what I'm talking about. Oh, I should probably get myself some new boots. Look at that. Oh, wow. I really cannot believe that we have such terrible boots. And my helm is also kind of awful. All right, yeah. Let's get some better boots. Let's get those. What about my gloves as well, by the way? My gloves are looking pretty awful, so let's see if I can maybe buy some better gloves. I'm not seeing anything right here, so it must be that I need to go all the way down and see if there's actually anything better. Yeah, there we go. That's doubled our armor already. Like, literally just in that one fell swoop. Boom. We have a huge amount more. Okay, so we're going to try to use Battle Basher here. Alrighty, here we go. We're going to get into a tournament here. Now, the main reason why I'm doing this is because, well, I don't really care about the cash so much, but the cash is always a welcome addition, I suppose. But the only other thing that I really want to find out here is whether this is a couch lancing polearm, because obviously we did have a royal Ziston before, and now I'm not entirely sure if this one is going to be a couch lancing one either. It doesn't really give me that much information about it, and it is going to give us an opportunity to try out the new tournament, so to speak, because it's not going to be one of those things where we enter a poking match and these guys are literally just going to shrug it off for the most part. So that's going to be quite nice, because then I don't have to worry so much about that. And we can, well, I guess I do have to worry, because these guys are now going to start doing massive damage to me with every single kind of weapon, as you can see right here. Hello there. Get him. Yeah, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, no. Oh, this is bad. Oh, I did not want to go for a thrust right there. That is probably a mistake. I really want to go for a shield bash. Yeah, there we go. Take that shield bash. Unfortunately, that didn't really do much. Oh, the archer's going into melee. I have no idea why he's doing that. And how is he able to block with a knife? I have no idea, but he's dead. That is what you get, sir. That is what you get for your audacious maneuver. Oh, that was really, really bad of him, but there you go. All right, perfect result for us. And that means that I can just go on to the next round. I'm actually pretty happy with my new armor upgrades, but they don't look particularly good. That's the only thing that I'm a little bit... I mean, you can see that. We look like a brigand, basically. We look like a brigand, and that's not really very good, in my opinion. I feel like, yes, okay, sure. If you're in a bandit roleplay, or you're trying to create some kind of bandit character, then yeah, okay, yeah, sure. That definitely looks pretty cool. But the way that we look right now, no. Not for a vassal of a respectable faction. That just doesn't make sense. Oh, hello there. Apparently you are very much wanting to use a thrust attack. That does not really work too well against me, sir. I mean, ma'am. Anyway, there we go. Let's see if we can do some damage. Nice overhead. Should finish her off if we can. Nice. Oh, went floppy. Floppy attack. Oh, look at that. The ground really felt that. Alright, there we go. Not too bad. Oh, no. Up against the vassal. Okay. Oh, wow. It's actually kind of surprising that they gave me one-handed weapons the entire way through this tournament at the moment. Oh, yeah. By the way, I've taken a look at the diplomacy screen. Unfortunately, not having the ability to wage war against anyone at the moment is kind of frustrating, but hopefully we will be able to do that relatively soon. Now, here's the thing. There is another tab, thanks to the diplomacy mod, in the kingdom screen. And after we take a look at this polearm, I'm going to just see whether we can make good use of it. Okay, is it a couch lanceable one? It is not, unfortunately. And how is it in comparison to battle thruster? Well, it has a lower length, and it has 4 more damage, and that's basically it. It's got a little bit more handling, and that's pretty much all. Yeah, it is not that good, but it is okay. You know, it's better than Battle Wizard, hilariously enough. I'm not entirely sure why Battle Wizard is so bad now, but there you go. Anyway, I'm going to show you the kingdom screen right now. So here you go. So basically, what I'm looking at here is consider declaring war. I'm looking at this. So if we go through here, you can see that most of these are all 0%. Now, I'm not entirely sure why that is, because I would expect that we would probably be able to beat these guys at least, because they only have 1 town or something like that, so it would be pretty easy for us to do that. And we also have factions here, so look at this little button right here. We can create our own faction if we want, by the looks of things. So we could literally just create our own faction, boom, like that, and then we would have our own faction to do with what we wanted. The unfortunate thing about that, though, is that we're probably going to die. We're probably going to die in a very big ball of fire and crash and burn, pretty much. So what I'm actually hoping that we can do, now my steward skill is actually 100 as well, is just stay a little bit more with this faction, and then we'll see what happens as we go forward. Because here's the thing, I'm thinking that if we are able to gain another fief, and by the way, Guarantor Castle was actually taken back by the Vlandians while I was restoring my HP after that wonderful siege. Yes, that wonderful display in that siege. But yes, I'm hopeful that what we'll be able to do is keep this castle under wraps, and then as soon as something else gets taken, we might create our own faction. But we've got to be very careful about that, because on the one hand, I'd love to do it, because I think it's a lot of fun. But on the other hand, I don't know whether we are powerful enough to really give it all we've got. It's going to be very difficult to stay alive in that way. But yeah, anyway, I think what we're going to do is we're going to go up against some looters if I can, because there aren't any other enemies for me to even focus on at this point, which is actually kind of sad. But this will give me an opportunity to show you the Battle Basher weapon to see whether it's actually any good. From what I could tell, it's very slow, but it does have a lot of reach, which I'm quite happy about. But we'll see. And I like this map quite a bit, as you can see right here. It looks pretty cool. It's got a lot of trees, which is great for countering enemy cavalry. But obviously, we do have a couple of cavalry myself. You looter? Are you serious? Come on now. Okay, apparently these looters are absolute monsters. I mean, do bear in mind I still have the AI mod installed, so they are a lot better at fighting, I suppose, than you would normally consider. But look at that damage. Oh, that damage is really nice. If only my timing was as nice. That would be better, wouldn't it? Oh, that was nice. Look at that, 71 damage for basically messing up the attack. That's pretty good. I wouldn't say that is awful at any stretch. That's pretty nice. Nice headshot there as well. Oh, I love seeing the headshot and actually dealing damage with it. Oh, that is so much better. Oh, yeah. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, I've just given... I basically just wanted to make an episode just to give you an update on how I have been, and basically just to let you know that I'll be back to, you know, putting out content every day as much as I possibly can, at least. Everything going well with my health and all that stuff. But yeah, basically I'm going to be back to the normal schedule, so Bannerlord episode every day, and you know, some other random stuff that I would like to play interspersed with that, you know, first impressions and so on and so forth. If you'd like to see anything else, by the way, then please don't hesitate to let me know in the comments. If you'd like to see a particular game or something that you think would be suitable for me to play, then, you know, throw it my way and I'll see what I can do. But, yeah, that is pretty much it for this episode, because I have no other enemies to fight, and we've won a tournament. I've shown you exactly what's going on. The combat mod is uninstalled now, so we don't have to worry about it anymore, you know, with all the headshots doing 4 damage and everything, and this is what the map currently looks like. I'm going to be spending a little bit of time off screen, just basically letting the game run as much as it possibly can, and allowing my troops to level up in my garrison, and also just continue recruiting people, because I think we have about 300 people in the garrison there now, which is actually pretty significant, so I'm quite happy with that. As you can see, one of the Vlandian towns has been taken by the Batanians as well, so it seems like they're eating into their territory a little bit there, and otherwise, we'll try out a little bit of everything has a price in the next episode as well. I'm going to be super excited about doing that. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.